The girl was horrified to discover that she seemed to be followed by a pervert. Seeing the man's terrifying expression, she quickened her pace in fear and rushed into the church. She thought that going to a crowded place would help her shake off the stalker. However, the pervert still appeared behind her. Although the atmosphere inside was filled with joy, the girl's heart was filled with unease. After the hymn of praise ended, the girl hurriedly pulled her friend and left. Seeing this, the pervert immediately followed. Fortunately, at that moment, Jack suddenly stopped him. As the head pastor of the church, Jack noticed it was the man's first time there. He immediately invited him into a room and handed him a clergy robe without hesitation, hoping he would join the church. The pervert, not wanting to lose sight of the girl, briefly stated some personal information and then picked up the robe ready to leave. To build a closer connection, Jack picked up the man's shoes and helped him put them on. Unexpectedly, he saw an electronic shackle. Although Jack was frightened, as a pastor, he still hoped the man would join the church because God loves everyone. However, Jack didn't yet know that he was about to fall into an abyss with no return. That night, his wife suddenly called him. After being harshly scolded, he realized he had forgotten to pick up their son from school. According to a witness, his son had been taken away by a strange man. Jack immediately thought of what had happened earlier that day. A strong sense of dread rose within him. He quickly searched online. Since the pervert had been arrested for sexual crimes, his personal information was publicly available. After finding the man's home address, Jack rushed out without delay. When he arrived at the location, he saw the pervert placing a shovel and other tools one by one into the trunk of his car. Realizing something was wrong, Jack immediately called the police, but shortly after the call connected, his phone battery died. By then, the pervert had already started the car. Seeing this, Jack had no choice but to follow him alone. Unexpectedly, the pervert had already noticed him and lured Jack to a remote place, blocking his escape from behind. He then got out of the car and asked Jack why he was following him. At that moment, Jack's phone regained just enough power to turn on, and the pervert caught a glimpse of the family photo on the lock screen. He instinctively swallowed hard and turned to leave. This reaction made Jack even more suspicious. He gathered his courage, walked to the pervert's car and searched around, but he couldn't find any trace of his son. What was going on? Then Jack lifted the man's pant leg and found that the electronic shackle had been removed. Realizing the danger, Jack quickly ran toward his car. Seeing this, the pervert rushed to stop him. The two engaged in a fierce struggle. During the fight, Jack accidentally pushed the pervert down the slope. The man's head struck a rock and blood gushed out. Looking at the motionless man, Jack's first instinct was to call the police, but before he could, his wife called first. It turned out their son was at a classmate's house, and the classmate's father had simply forgotten to inform them. Jack was overwhelmed with mixed emotions, but before he could calm down, a bolt of lightning suddenly split the sky, and he seemed to see a human face in it. Jack realized this must be a divine sign. He decisively took off the pervert's clothes, threw him off a nearby cliff, and quickly drove away from the scene. But what Jack didn't know was that the pervert hadn't died. He was now lying in a hospital bed receiving treatment.